The biggest asset managers in the world are making a very different move while everyone else is looking at the XRP price chart, waiting for the next rise or, the next regulatory news story. They don't buy XRP tokens on markets. They aren't betting on how prices will move in the short term. Instead, they are buying the XRP ecosystem's infrastructure or the tools and picks. You may find this the best way to make money from XRP's rise over the long run, even if you never touch the token itself, if you know how traditional finance works. BlackRock comes in. It is the biggest asset manager in the world, with more than $10 trillion in assets under its care. There have been rumors lately of a $1.6 trillion institutional exposure plan, which points to an interesting change. Crypto tokens are no longer being chased by institutions. They are getting ready to own the financial rails that are being built on top of them. Take a look. In 2017, Wall Street made a safe and legal way to buy Bitcoin when it wasn't possible to do so directly. The ETF for Bitcoin. It was that ETF that made Bitcoin official, not just a change in image. Right now, something similar is starting to form around the XRP community, and it might be even bigger than that. A company called Evernorth, ticker symbol XRPN, which is trying to become the first XRP ecosystem exchange-traded fund ETF, is at the center of this new plan. In its simplicity, what Evernorth is doing is a big deal. Evernorth is not like a normal crypto project or coin. It is a publicly traded company whose goal is to build, grow, and make money from the XRP ledger's growth. It's the business side of the XRPL economy and acts as a link between blockchain technology and traditional banking. When investors hold XRP in shares, they are exposed to everything that is going on in the XRP environment. For more than 10 years, Ripple has been building the infrastructure for tokenization, decentralized banking, liquidity solutions, and other things. It's kind of like investing in the stock market with XRP, but without all the crazy volatility, custody problems, and regulatory uncertainty that usually come with owning a cryptocurrency directly. It's really hard to miss the comparison to Bitcoin here. When the Bitcoin ETF finally went live, it did more than just give buyers access to Bitcoin. It also gave Wall Street legitimacy to the whole asset class. But this time, there's a big change. The BTC ETF does nothing more than follow the price of Bitcoin. Evernorth and other businesses in the XRP ecosystem do more than just keep an eye on the price of XRP. Instead, they are using the XRP ledger as the basis for building companies that make money. They don't have a value that is based on assumption then. Adoption, transaction volume, and real-world use cases are what really drive it. XRP is basically the next step that makes sense in the world of crypto investment. You can make money from the growth of blockchain technology in a controlled, equity-based way that works well with institutional portfolios. Take a look at what's going on around the world to really understand how big this is. A big and old partner of Ripple in Japan, SBI Holdings, has spent years building a whole banking ecosystem on top of the XRP ledger. Ripple technology has been used to power their money transfer services, digital banks, and investment goods. And the best part? On the Tokyo Stock Exchange, you can already buy stock in SBI. This means that right now, any person in the world can indirectly benefit from the use of XRP in the real world by investing in SBI. Traditional finance knows how to build that kind of bridge by investing in companies that are highly connected to the technology behind the tokens instead of the tokens themselves, which can go up and down in value. This is the real entrance to the facility. Big money doesn't chase after meme coins or speculative pumps. Instead, it looks for controlled entry points, publicly traded companies that make money and are set up to grow with the blockchain networks they're built on. This year, Ripple, which is still privately owned, made hints that it might go public. As soon as that happens, it will become one of the most important blockchain-related stock plays ever. Until then, though, companies like Evernorth and SBI are taking that role, quietly taking in institutional capital from funds that aren't allowed to touch cryptocurrencies directly. This is how Wall Street and traditional finance take in crypto. They don't buy tokens, but they own the technology and the companies that will make money when blockchain is used in global finance. I think we should break down the reasoning even more. The smart money never puts its money into the speculative end result. It puts money into the structure that makes that product, keeps it going, and makes money off of it. At the height of the gold rush, the wealthy weren't the miners who dug for gold. They were the people who sold picks, shovels, and field rights to the miners. For the XRP community, Evernorth is doing a lot of the same things. They're not trying to compete with XRP. Instead, they're making the money-saving tools, investment systems, and digital asset management systems that will really benefit from XRP's long-term success. BlackRock and other asset managers are said to be paying close attention because of this. They know that the real wealth won't come from XRP's price doubling or tripling, it will come from the multi-billion-dollar banking system that will grow around it. Now we can talk about the main difference between crypto hype and institutional strategy. When people spend their own money, they look at price charts, while big businesses look at balance sheets. Retailers are looking for short-term wins, while institutions want steady income and, well, control. When BlackRock, an asset manager, looks at the XRP ecosystem, they see more than just a digital currency. They see a framework for the future of tokenized finance, cross-border liquidity, and global payments. With XRP and other similar companies, institutions can take advantage of that growth through stock exposure, dividends, and asset gain, all without taking on any direct crypto risks. They are buying blockchain's business, not just the blockchain itself. The effects are very serious. If Evernote is able to grow its XRPL-based businesses, it will not only copy XRP's success, it will make it bigger. As more people use XRP, XRPN's finances get better, and as XRPN's value rises, more institutional capital comes into the XRP ecosystem. There is a feedback loop that helps both the digital product and the businesses that are built around it. Also, pension funds, mutual funds, and national wealth funds can use these companies because they follow normal rules for businesses. Collectively, take care of assets worth hundreds of trillions of dollars. From the point of view of price, this changes everything. The possible growth for XRP stock or any other related company isn't dependent on the state of the cryptocurrency market. It depends on how much money the company makes, how much it manages, and how much it's worth. In many ways, that makes it better for institutional investors and makes it very different. They can add to the XRP ledger and help it grow without having to worry about coin custody or compliance issues. As more financial products like ETFs, structured notes, and swaps are released around the XRPL, the ecosystem turns into an asset class that can be invested in on its own, separate from token speculation. There may be a lot going on behind the scenes at asset management firms, investment banks, and fintech companies that are building the new financial system. This is why small investors are so focused on whether XRP will hit $5 or $10. This is how XRP has grown from a cryptocurrency to a full-fledged financial environment that anyone, even Wall Street, can own. The result is easy to see. It's not going to happen on platforms, it's going to happen on the stock market. Not only people who own XRP, but also people who own shares in the companies that make the XRP market possible will be in the clear. BL